Hey guys, I figured I might do like a movie review, which is Planet of the Apes. Well, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Now, here the thing is, I saw it when it first came out, like 2 days after that. I didn't get to review it because I was still busy with other videos during that time. So I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna do my review of it right now. So, to be fair, when I saw the trailers for it, I was like, you know what? I don't know if this could hold up because there's I think four movies back in the 1970s, with Roddy McDowall as Caesar. Then there's the fucking crappy remake that Tim Burton made, which it's not bad, but I mean, why do you even remake it? Then there was Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and to be honest, I really didn't know how to feel. I liked the action in there, but I didn't know how it would turn out. So I went to go and see it. And to be honest, it's a good film. It's a really phenomenal film. Now here's the thing. I never saw the original Planet of the Apes when I was a kid. That is until after I saw the movie, I went to go back home and download all the Planet of the Apes movies. And to be honest, the original was great. Some people say, the original is great than the remake, which is better than the fucking remake that Tim Burton made with Marky Mark in there, Mark Wahlberg. I mean, Jesus. I mean, he wasn't that bad in that movie. I mean, hell, he was way better in that other movie he was in, The Happening. He was like, hey guys, no ma'am, no. If you know what I mean, you know what I'm talking about. That movie, The Happening, that fucking M. Night Shyamalan's been doing, worse movies. But I'm not talking about Planet of the Apes. This is way out there. I'm sorry. So the thing I liked about this movie, The Rise of the Planet of the Apes, is how it tells the whole story. Like how did the apes took over the world? Like how did it start? And I saw the whole thing, with the monkeys, and Caesar. Of course, Caesar's in there. And his mother's name was Blue Eyes, and it's kind of like, he takes care of Caesar. He starts learning about Caesar's intelligence is growing, like, for his entire life. And there's this medicine, which I forgot what the medicine was called, the cure to Alzheimer's. And his dad, James Franco's character, what's his name? I forgot his name. His character's dad has Alzheimer's, and he has a bad case of it. Like he's like, where's my keys, and he steals the drug, the cure, and tests it on his dad, and it helps him. But there's a effect on there, like what would happen. Apparently, this cure, this drug or whatever it is, makes apes more intelligent and makes them really smart. In which the humans, if you put it to a human, if you give it to a human being, it would kill them. Sure, they're cured from it, from Alzheimer's and whatever. However, it results to death. Now, here's what I really don't understand is, if they knew that this thing had an alternative, like it could kill human beings, why didn't James Franco's character look it up online or go back to the site, where the job where he works, and look it up? Like, what's the alternative? What would affect the humans? They don't bother to do it. He doesn't bother to do that. He just steals it, tests it on his dad, see if it works, but then at the end, he's dead. I didn't get that. I really did not get it. I mean, if I was to know what's the alternative, like what's the effect, the first thing I would do is look it up and see what would happen. What would happen to the human instead of just doing it right away. I don't know. That's another thing. It just bothered me. And other characters are great too. I mean, John Lithgow that plays the father was great. The other characters, the one that plays the girl, she was okay, but we didn't see her at the end. We saw her the last time we saw her was she gave James Franco's character a kiss, and that's it. We don't see her. We don't know where she is. Maybe she's with the other guys. I don't know. Then there's apparently Tom Felton's in this movie. Did you notice that, guys? I noticed it in the trailer. I'm like, is that Tom Felton? The one that played Tom Felton? You know, the guy that plays Draco. And he had an American accent. That's weird. And there's the character, Tom Felton's character's dad, which was from X-Men 2, that plays William Stryker. And there's other ones there too, but oh yeah, that British black guy, you know, who's always like, "Can you please wait a minute? I'm busy on the phone." And he said, I mean, he kept saying, you know, I liked his character, but I really didn't like him because of how it's turning out. And his other, the other character, what's his other character? Richard, his friend that gets sick from it and he dies coughing blood. Oh yeah, that's something I want to mention right now. Then I'll talk about Caesar. In the movie, there's a scene where they tested on this weird, screwed up chimp. He's like pissed off. He's got like a scratched up face. They tested it, and then he gets all panicky. He starts shaking all that, you know, ah! And then knocks this tube where it has the medicine, that drug, goes out, and his mask wasn't even on. He's like, ooh, and he's coughing blood, and at his hotel, he goes to find James Franco's character at the house, wasn't there. The neighbor comes in, says, "What are you doing?" And he sneezes on him, sneezes blood on him. Then at the end of the movie, well, his friend was dead. At the end of the movie, the guy that got sneezed on, the neighbor, he was on his flight. Now, here's a problem. He's affected, that blood. He's sneezing blood, and the movie ends with a whole map of, like airplanes going different countries, and it shows little dots. It hits a dot thing, and it spreads like a fucking plague. And pretty much that's how the apes take over the world. Which, I liked it, but they could have just shown it a little bit more, like show the effects on it, instead of just showing it at the end.